You are not respected because you are too nice. And the worst part is, you think that makes you a good person. There's a dangerous illusion many people live with. They believe that if they're always agreeable, always supportive, always accommodating, the world will reward them with respect. But the opposite is usually true. The person who is always nice slowly becomes invisible, easy to ignore, easy to manipulate, easy to replace. Respect does not grow from constant agreement. Respect grows from boundaries. The real problem is not kindness. Kindness is powerful when it comes from strength. The real problem is dependence. Many people are not being kind, they're being dependent on approval. They need validation from others the way some people need caffeine to start their day. Psychologists call this the validation trap. When your self-worth depends on the reactions of other people, you lose control of your emotional system. A compliment from your boss makes your day. A small criticism ruins your week. A message left unanswered makes you question your value. In other words, you hand the remote control of your emotions to the people around you. And the moment people realize that they control how you feel, your status quietly drops. Predictability destroys authority. If people know that you will always say yes, always agree, always try to please them, they stop respecting your presence. You become part of the background of their lives, rather than a person they need to consider. The truth is uncomfortable, but simple. People are naturally drawn to those who do not desperately need them. This is where the psychological principle of scarcity enters the picture. Anything that is constantly available slowly loses value. When you are always accessible, always agreeable, always trying to prove your loyalty, your social value decreases. Not because people are cruel, but because the human brain instinctively respects what it cannot easily control. Authority begins the moment you realize that you can walk away. Detachment is not coldness, it is emotional independence. When you detach from praise, you stop chasing approval. When you detach from criticism, you stop being controlled by fear. When you detach from toxic environments, you stop negotiating your dignity. A person who operates from this identity of detachment sends a powerful silent signal to everyone around them. The signal says, "I am not here to beg for acceptance." And paradoxically, this is the moment people begin to respect you. Mystery creates gravity. Independence creates authority. People are not attracted to those who need them. They are attracted to those who can live perfectly well without them. This is why the first step towards authority is breaking what psychologists call the nice guy syndrome. You begin with something simple but uncomfortable: conscious refusal. Status is not built with the word yes. Status is forged with the word no. The first time you calmly refuse something that does not align with your priorities, you redefine the boundaries of your identity. You do not need to argue, you do not need to explain yourself for 10 minutes. In fact, excessive explanations reveal insecurity. The most powerful response is often the simplest one. That doesn't work for me. And then, silence. Silence after a boundary is a form of psychological authority. It shows that you are not negotiating your values for temporary approval. People quickly learn something important about you. You cannot be easily bent. And once people understand that you are not easily bent, they start treating you differently. Because the world does not truly respect nice people. The world respects strong people who choose when to be kind. Real kindness is not weakness, it is controlled mercy. But mercy only has meaning when it comes from someone who does not need permission to exist. So the real transformation is not from nice to mean. It is from an identity that avoids conflict to an identity that governs itself. From someone who seeks approval to someone who defines their own value. Power begins the moment you stop waiting for the world to applaud.